to turn back to politics now. This morning, President Biden will deliver remarks to mark the first day that millions of families will get their first monthly child tax credit relief payments, which were included in the American Rescue Plan. The expanded payments are expected to dramatically decrease the number of children living in poverty. The White House estimates that child poverty could be reduced by as much as 50%. But some Democrats are calling for even more action to make the payments permanent. Joining us now, Chairman of the Judiciary Committee, Democratic Majority Whip, Senator Dick Durbin of Illinois. Let's start there, Senator. So how do you think that the lives of children across America will be impacted by these payments? Are they focused? Is there any guidance as to how they should be used? How does it work?
Well, I'll tell you, this is a tax break for families with children, middle-income families, working families, lower-income families. And our goal, as you've noted, Mika, is to make sure that we focus on the increase in child poverty in America. This is inexcusable in this wealthy nation with so many people so well off that we still have children that are struggling day to day, week to week with the basics. So we are trying, certainly with this provision starting today, and we hope by making it permanent, to really focus on families in America.
Will Republicans support making it permanent, given everything that's going on and the concern about spending?
There's no indication that they're going to support us, I'm sorry to say. When we passed the American Rescue Plan under President Biden, not a single Republican, no one in the House, no one in the Senate, would vote for the money that we put in place so that we could have the administration of COVID-19 vaccines, money to help small businesses, and this money to help children and families that need a helping hand. Not a single Republican.
Senator Durbin, this is just one piece of massive legislation, a number of pieces of legislation that are moving through your body right now. They're in the Senate and through the House as well. So let's talk about the infrastructure negotiation, that closed-door lunch you had with Senate Democrats, the President of the United States visiting and sitting with you during lunch, coming out of that room with a lot of optimism almost across the board for $3.5 trillion of new spending. Are you confident that's going to move through the Senate?
I feel very good about it. Certainly based on the president's visit, President Joe Biden was home again. We met in what's known as the Mansfield Room in the Senate, and he reminisced about the fact that after a serious medical challenge in his own life, he came to that same room and was welcomed back by the Senate caucus. You could tell he felt like he was home again. And he felt so excited, we all did, about the prospect of this new measure to help American families. To think that we're going to put together a program that will give the largest tax cut in history to working and middle-income families across America, and to say to others, there will be no increase in taxes for people making less than $400,000 a year. This will be all paid for by corporations and wealthy individuals.
As you know, this is a non-starter for Republicans, so you're going to have to go the way of reconciliation to get this through. All Democrat votes. That's not a sure thing either, though. Are you confident that Joe Manchin, for example, Senator Sinema of Arizona, will get on board with this massive plan?
Well, I can tell you this. As the whip, I count votes. And when you have exactly 50 Democratic senators and 50 Republican senators, every vote counts. But we have shown respect and invited all of the senators to come forward with their ideas and their concerns. We're going to continue to do that. We believe this is a positive step forward. Each senator can make a positive contribution to it, and I'm hopeful we can get this job done.
Are you counting Joe Manchin's vote? Is it there?
We have to. We count every Democratic vote to be on our side, and Kamala Harris to come in with the tiebreaker. That's what it'll take. But this is transformative. What Joe Biden said in the campaign, we're making good on that promise. It's not only to get America back in business again, but to build America back better. Help working families struggle with the things they face every day to make sure their families are safe and have a good future. Whether it's daycare, whether it's paid family and medical leave, we want to make certain that kids have 2 additional years of pre-K. We know that's a success story, and 2 years of community college after they finished high school, so they have the skills to get a good paying job. This is a vision of America that really addresses some of the serious problems that have been ignored too long.
You guys are proposing a lot of things. Here's something Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer is proposing: decriminalization of marijuana on a federal level. Some states, including Schumer's home state of New York, have decriminalized the drug, but a federal law would force the move nationwide. Take a listen.
This is monumental because at long last, we are taking steps in the Senate to right the wrongs of the failed war on drugs. The Cannabis Administration and Opportunity Act would help put an end to the unfair targeting and treatment of communities of color by removing cannabis from the federal list of controlled substances. This is an idea, it's not just an idea whose time has come, it's long overdue.
Senator Durbin, what do you think of the idea?
I can tell you, as chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee, I cannot explain the laws when it comes to marijuana. When I go home to Illinois, it is a legal substance advertised and sold on street corners. You know, let's be honest about it, in these shops that have been open for that purpose. And yet, when I come back to Washington, there's a federal law that says that's illegal under many aspects. We've got to get it together. Senator Schumer is starting a national debate that's long overdue.
Senator Durbin, before we let you go, I wonder if you've seen any of the reported comments from the new book of the Washington Post reporters Phil Rucker and Carol Leonnig from Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff General Mark Milley around the time of the inauguration, saying he was effectively preparing the military and law enforcement for a coup, comparing to what he saw in former President Trump with what we saw in Germany in the 1930s, saying we have to build a steel ring around this city and keep the Nazis out. Again, those are attributed to General Milley in the book from the Washington Post reporters. What's your reaction?
Well, I don't know anything about that specific instance, but I will tell you this. General Mark Milley is a friend and someone I trust. We had several conversations over the years about the fact that he had an awesome responsibility to make certain that President Trump followed the law, respected the Constitution, and didn't do anything to usurp his role as president. And I think General Milley was committed to that from the start.
Senator Dick Durbin, thank you very much for being on the show this morning.